again. When you watch out, never let you go again. I got them. Oh, I used to say I would never fall in love again until I found her. I said I would never fall until I find her. I was lost within. Hello, welcome everybody to this session of Who Am I?
Hi, Sangeeta.
Hi Radhika, welcome
How
to
are
the
you?
yeah. You're saying something?
I
Radhika?
said, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Yeah.
Great to know that.
Hi Manish.
Hi, Sangeeta ji. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you. Doing well. Okay,
Let
I'll
me
be
see.
joining from my laptop. So you
Yeah,
can be.
sure. Do you have a notebook?
I do have. I do carry
Yes. Yes.
every time I sit for meetings.
So today's session will be of 30 minutes.
Okay.
So we can do only 10 questions mostly.
This is very first time of mine joining this session.
Yeah.
So
So actually, I got this inquiry whether we can do this self-discovery. And actually,
okay.
I'm interested in that to help people to discover themselves. It is everybody's right to
Correct.
discover yourself. And that will be in your own way. Nobody else can. I can facilitate, but nobody
Right.
can tell you who you are.
Correct.
You only can discover yourself.
Oh.
So I have few questions. Those are exercise questions. We can do that. And do you know why self-discovery is required?
This is your first question?
No.
Recording in progress.
Just I'm asking, setting the context. So I'm taking your idea.
Uh,
Yeah. You are on mute.
I'm really sorry. I just changed my system.
No issue.
So I do understand somewhat, realizing yourself, what you are and who you are, what you like to do. Why are you here? Where you are? These questions are coming, most of the time in my mind as well.
Yeah.
So I'm a guy. I do myself. I do keep asking myself and try to figure out the answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is what I can, begin with.
Yeah. Radhika, would you like to go ahead as to why self-discovery is important?
Well, why self discovery is important is because if you do not resonate with your own self, you don't know what you want in life, you can't really go ahead with telling people what they should be doing or why are you doing what you're doing. Um,
Yeah.
you have to believe in yourself first, only then people will believe in you because they don't listen to your words, they catch your vibes, they resonate or connect with your vibes. So self discovery is very important for everyone.
So these are all very correct. Why I'm doing is because I discovered that unless I know who I am, actually I cannot take up any habit because uh, because if I don't know who I am, I actually won't pinpoint, or I will not be honest with whatever I'm doing. Suppose uh, I call myself as Poppy Jappi. Radhika can very well understand. And before that, and this is my discovery, by the way. Before that, I was calling myself as an innovator, change maker, uh, a leader, an empath, things like that. But none of that actually was during powering off. My idea of happiness, how happy being I am. So when I say myself Poppy Jappi, actually it captures all my childlike demeanor and the habits, the innovation, everything comes along with Poppy Jappi. I think myself to be a 5-year old, right? We also decide our age. All these have to be in detail so that we can take up any habit. And now, how do we know who we are? It took me a lot of exercise to come up as to who I am, this puppy juppy kind of identity that I have. So, can we go ahead and start with the exercise? Because we are all, I assume that we are mid-career professional people, and so much of training, so many trainings we have had in which we have been trained on various complex theories, very complex mindset exercises and everything, that there are layers to our thinking. And when we start thinking who actually we are, like Manish, who is Manish? He might have forgotten, although he knows himself that he exists somewhere. Radhika, same. So I have formulated a few questions. Let us see whether we can discover by answering those questions. Let me share the screen. So it is because just it is 30 minutes. So we will stick to our time. So if you people have the notepad and pen, then the first segment is clarity and identity. What qualities do my roles say about me? So out of these three, you can pick up one. Actually, you can write down all three and just take one. Anything that comes to your mind as the most close to your identity. Or
Leadership?
yes, Radhika?
Leadership, I said.
So you can write down in your notebook, because we will later on we will take all those answers and create your identity. No? So if you have a notebook,
Sure.
just write down that you have written down as this quality about your role, which says very closely about who you are. Manish, done?
Yeah.
Okay. Let us go to the second question. Which three words would others use after reading my resume? So, reliable, strategic, quiet are the three words. But why do they say so? Reliable, why? Strategic, why? And if you are choosing quiet, then why? Three things, three words you can write um, close to your choice. Yeah. Just because this is an exercise of like putting your thoughts very deeply. So that is why this exercise. But if we can come back if you haven't uh, finished yet. First of all, choose one likely thing which describes you.
Done.
Done. One is done.
Yes.
If you have done, I assume that you also have written down 3 words to whatever you have chosen. Question number 3. What values show up in my achievements, in your respective achievements? Excellence,
Yes.
integrity, growth. Done? You can write any other value also, whatever comes up in your achievement. But these are just suggested 3 choices. We can go ahead if it is done. Yes? Basically, we can also say, like, we can go and Google what values are there. You can find lots of values in that. And whichever values closely describes you, one or more values, you are allowed to take up about 6 values. So, not to restrict yourself to just one value. Whatever value or values come up, that is okay to note. Please let me know if done. Done?
Yes.
Radhika. Done? Radhika is here. She has dropped out. Anyways. Next question, Manish. What story is my career telling so far? Problem solver in chaos, builder of new paths, dependable performer. Why I have made it into 3 choices is just to restrict with lot many choices so that we can pinpoint ourselves and spend more time in thinking about whatever choices we take. Done?
Yes.
Next is what identity have I outgrown, but still list. This means, suppose you have been promoted recently, and the examples are this, like you have grown to manager level, senior manager level. You are a consultant, but somehow in your mindset you behave like an assistant or a techie or a junior, not like a strategic person. So which of these three do you still stick to? Your behavior says so. Assistant means you are still assisting people or somebody in a senior position. Techie means because you come from a technical background, still behave like a technical person rather than a strategic person, or still think yourself to be a genius.
I'm done with it. We can move ahead with next question.
Yes, Manish?
We can go ahead with next one.
Okay. Who have I become because of my work? More confident, pathetic, bold. I hope you have done.
Done.
Next
Yeah.
is, what do I do effortlessly that others find hard? Simplifying chaos, writing impactful emails, coaching under pressure.
Yes.
Next is,
Next.
which roles reflected the best version of me? Product head at XYZ, marketing lead in crisis, volunteer trainer. Or something else. Done, na?
Now I'm done with it.
Next is, what themes run through all my job descriptions? Change, people, and or outcome. You can take multiple sources. If it is change and people, that also you can say. All three can also be possible. But the closest one, you should take the what will be the first priority, the utmost thing that is known about you. It must be, all three. But which one is the closest?
Yes, I'm done with it. You're right.
Who am I when no title is attached to me? So those are 10 questions that we did today,
Mhm.
Manish.
Okay.
There are 40 more questions, but
Hmm.
So far, whatever you have done, right?
Hmm.
Uh,
Right.
you will speak about that and I'll listen. Like what you want about yourself
Okay.
that I should know. And like you are like feeling like,
So I'll.
yeah, go ahead, please.
So it was a good exercise, basically. It is like self-questioning.
Yeah.
So, uh, what I have explored right now is, so coming on the very first questions you have asked
Mm.
on the self-discovery part, who you are, the quality and the role which suits you best, the qualities. So, I was having some other thoughts in my mind, so I have written that earlier. So things, what is, qualities, what I found in myself is the ambition and obsession. These are the two things I feel like, describe me best. Leadership, collaboration, these are part of it. But the first, which I do have, is ambition. So
Great.
I do have ambition and I have obsession.
Hmm.
Things like leadership and collaboration comes, you know,
Sure.
in line, in
Sure.
line with it.
Yeah.
So you have asked like what someone will tell after seeing very first your resume. So the thing is like if someone will see my resume, they will think like the word entrepreneur first, right? So what I do feel truly is they will see like the guy has done something by his own most of till now. So he recently moved into something like this kind of role. So the word first would come is entrepreneur. And if they will look at my work which would be mentioned in the particular resume, they might found out that multilateral thinking or that kind of mindset.
Hmm.
Second thing would come in that or troubleshooter. Moreover, these three things
Hmm.
would
Hmm.
come in their mind. What I trust is.
Hmm.
And third question was on values.
Hmm.
So my values were somewhat not. I'm not chasing excellence. Growth is a one of uh, values, but it comes secondary. First, my ethics or my values will come like freedom and innovation,
Wow.
and then following in line with growth. These are the three things. I do not run behind this excellence and all. I'm
Okay.
very clear with my thoughts,
Yes.
right? And so hope I'm not too fast with my no, answering.
No, 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 no. You are
So
perfect. We
third
can.
third was career wise. Career was career was like there was the things like builder of new paths, problem solvers. So yes, these two things comes parallelly. It's a tie basically,
Okay.
right? So why I start with problems, I start with problems, I pain points, then I do follow with thinking in a way which I don't think are more conventional, which do sometimes are kind of things that was mentioned, builder of new paths or the finding new ways to do a single thing in
Yes.
career. So this would be my answer to another question. And who I have before that, one question was identity.
Hmm.
Identity, there were three points I could not find myself fit in those three. That I think that was junior assistants.
Hmm.
I do not feel that because I do make myself clear how do I work. I told very earlier that I do need freedom, I do innovation, I love decision making. These three things are core values. So assisting, that would be always there, right? If you're working in collaboration, assisting would be there, but feeling like assisting is not core of my values.
Yeah.
So going on next, who have I become was like bold and ambitious. Again,
Hmm.
I'll choose third of it. And along with the ambitions. I'm very bold and I'm very ambitious. And third was uh, mm, I do for uh, another. Next question was
I don't remember. Just you have to write. You had written down.
so the answer was troubleshooting and simplifying things over.
Okay, okay,
I
okay,
have written. I might not able to put the question across,
okay.
but my answer was clear. I do love troubleshooting
Hmm.
and solving problems
Hmm.
or simplifying chaos.
Hmm.
I think the question was similarly. What do I find best? In this kind of circumstances. So that was my answer. Troubleshooting is one of the thing I do best. And best version of me, I told I am a businessman. I am an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. So that soul will be always remain with me. So I do show that wherever I do chance, I get chance. So another question was the thematical area.
Hmm.
I do believe before going in any processes, any pain points, I trust people. People, right people, or I trust people. Then I follow processes. Processes are meant for people, so people come first. Right choice of team members. This is the very first thing I do prefer. Then processes will come across.
Sure.
It will change eventually. Depending on the what kind of people are there.
Yeah.
Everyone won't be able to follow those kind of systems or processes.
Hmm.
System and processes should be flexible and are meant to be changed, and
Yes.
people are meant to be upgraded,
Very good.
not eventually changed.
Hmm.
Who who am i who am i with, if I don't have any title, so I am again on that entrepreneur part. I am an entrepreneur. So that's that's what I can summarize. There's those 10 questions of yours.
Yeah.
So I hope I'm on same note.
Yes, yes. Yes. Actually, there is no right and wrong thing because you are a human being, very unique. That you must have
Correct.
heard.
Correct.
I believe that.
Hmm.
And
Correct.
your
Hmm.
experience is always very different from anybody on earth because the parents that
Hmm.
I am born
Correct.
to, the parents you were born to, the books that I have read, the books that you have read, the circumstances I have gone through, and the circumstances you have gone through, all different. How can we be
Hmm.
same? How can I say I'm right and you are wrong? Not possible. But here in this
Hmm.
questionnaire,
Correct.
what I intend to do is, you know, with all our knowledge, with all our learning, there are layers. We only utilize just
Hmm.
10% of our brain. 90% of the brain is still uh,
Hmm.
unutilized. How do I do that? So there is a method. The subconscious, everybody, whether they are trained, they know, they don't know, still the subconscious gives us hints at certain points about bigger things in our life. You said you are very ambitious. But how much is your
Hmm.
potential? How do you know? Right? Our process is we will keep on
Hmm.
doing, putting efforts to the 100% and eventually discover that potential, right? But there is another method also to decode the thoughts that come to your mind. There are two kinds of thought that come to your mind. One is positive, one is negative. When it comes negative, you say it is your ego mind. Just dismiss that. When it is positive,
Hmm.
it comes from a higher source, always. But how, what percentage
Mm.
of those positive thoughts do you believe? Do you at times dismiss those thoughts as like um, atrocious or stupid or just like thoughts, or you are thinking or daydreaming, things like that? We tend to, when we get thoughts which are beyond our capability, we tend to dismiss them. But it is your ultimate potential which is speaking to you. Get to that. That is only you can get. What is that thought? What are those? So, in this process, we will unlock all those things from today onwards. I'd request you to be mindful of all those thoughts come. Remember, there will be two kinds of thoughts. Negative thoughts, you don't have to do anything about, just dismiss. Positive thoughts, you have to record, right? And it will be from your subconscious, which knows your potential before you know what is possible for you. Anything is possible. But do we believe? Even with your ambition, I don't know whether you believe your potential or not. If you believe, and do you know how much you can reach out to, like reach up to? So these will be our deliberations. So just you can, if you don't feel like putting in the group, you can put me one to one so that we can further fine tune this questionnaire. And I'll help you facilitate rather to go a layer beyond your intellectual mind because it is in the potential, in the subconscious, right? Uh, any
Correct.
question?
No, no, this was wonderful. This was wonderful. So I think most of things I am aligned with. My thought process is kind of the same. You're just conveying the things.
Yeah.
I do think in same direction.
Yeah.
My way forwards are like this only. This was kind of
Yes. So,
great.
yeah. So when two like-minded people talk, the layers actually open up quickly. Uh,
Absolutely, absolutely. Things are in layers. Things are in layers, and most of the time our work is to unfold.
and also, it multiplies. Your potential multiplies because the other person, in this case, myself, I will not judge you at any
Mm.
point, and I know you are capable
Mm.
because that from I am coming from that angle only. So let us continue with this exercise, and I'll be very happy to talk to you and to take on all these exercises that we have.
Right.
I'm actually learning this from another group, and I have a wonderful mentor.
Mm.
In time, I'll introduce him to you also. And for the moment,
Mm.
whatever I am learning, I'm
Right.
just so thank you, Manish, for coming, showing
Putting it across. Right. It was great. It was great, Sangeeta ji. It was great. I was discovering, I do I love connecting people. I do, love participating in new processes, new things. Because my point of understanding is you have to upskill yourself. So I do trust in upskilling and using that for making things happen. My point is, until unless we are sitting on knowledge or things like self-realization, self-discovery, we should not only have the discovery part, but the execution part as well. So I do, interact with people. I do love participating in such sessions just to make that thing happen. So my concept is very clear. If it is helping me to make that happen, I do gain that thing. So definitely. And my another thing, I would love to see more people on panel and having the brainstorming session, things like that. That would be wonderful as well.
Yes, I had invited 4 people today. All of them, maybe you have seen the voting. They have said
Okay.
yes. But uh, might be something has happened. They have,
Right. Sometimes schedule does not.
uh,
Correct.
uh,
Schedules.
yeah.
So even I do travel a lot. My
Yes.
I you will not trust. So in a week I do travel 4 days a week.
Okay.
Sometime I'm traveling Kashmir. Sometime I'm in Kota. Somewhere in between. Whenever I get chance, I'll do join.
So our sessions will be happening on Wednesday and Friday at 9:30 and Sunday at 2 p.m. So whenever you find time,
Okay. Okay.
you can drop in and we can continue this
Mhm.
discussion.
Correct.
So in the interest of this
For sure.
particular exercise, the next we will have on Friday, if you are available, just and I'll keep it to 30 minutes so that we don't take lot of time unless you talk and you like to, because it is,
That is fine.
yeah, yeah. So let us meet again on Friday,
No,
9:30.
I do and
And do please
absolutely,
send me
absolutely, Sangeet.
whatever your statements are, whatever you are feeling like, right? Yeah.
Sure. You based out of Delhi only, Sangeeta ji?
Yeah, yeah. I am at East Delhi. I'm at my home.
Your office in Delhi only.
Huh.
East
And
Delhi.
my,
Oh,
uh,
okay. You work
I'm
from
a,
home.
yeah, no, no, no. I go to office. I'm a consultant. Daytime, I'm fully occupied.
Okay.
Only in the evening, I have time.
It's
The same as you. I'm a
just
consultant
same.
too. Yeah.
Moreover, this would eventually turn out to be a networking
Yeah.
networking platform.
I
Sangeeta ji, my
did it
point is
too.
more on discovering. Sooner you promote this, my suggestion would be you promote this as a networking and brainstorming session. People will join in abundance.
Yes, yes. Please invite other people also, whoever is like you. Actually, I love deeper engagement with people with a lot of experience and this kind of background. And that is my soul. And eventually, I want to turn it into a revenue model, but not at this point of time, eventually. So let us discover how we can do that so that no, for your time, you should get paid, or I don't know. Right now, it is just deep engagement. Yeah. You there?